Good afternoon. Welcome to FD 113 Apparel Production. This is your live lecture for July 14, 2014. This week in your apparel production class, you will be covering topics that have to do with the apparel production process. There's several videos to watch and some worksheets to answer questions pertaining to those videos about the process and how it goes about. Talks about factories, their layouts, and the type of factories and things as well. One of your major topics that's discussed is the technical package and the steps in creating a tech pack. That's short for your technical packages. And the technical package is a collection of all the different information that goes into the making of a single garment and included with a collection that a factory would need from the designer in order to carry forward with completing those designs. This whole class will be centered around creating one of those, and I'll get into that a little bit more here in a minute. Another activity is overviewing determining your target market. And there is a little activity assignment for that, defining your target market. You have touched base on this topic before, or actually investigated a lot in your Design Foundations book.
Bang, please call the front desk. Bang, please call the front desk.
Excuse the school announcement there. They're looking for someone at the front desk. So your target market. If you need to refresh on this information, you can go back to your textbook, Design Basics, from your Design Foundations class. And chapters 4 and 5 had to do with your target market and things. So you can explore that or review that if you need to. And then you will be doing an assignment with fashion forecasting. There are some links to take you to different forecasting pages that give you information about what's current or coming up. And from investigating that, you'll do a summary as well as create your mood board. Your mood board is the first step in going somewhere with your ideas and developing your technical package. In this class, we don't have a whole lot from a textbook, although your sewing textbook, Chapter 1, has some wonderful information and overview of the production process. It really goes in depth on the side of the equipment and different things that are used, gives you some good visuals and pictures along the way as well in the industry and manufacturing plants and things. So you will need to read that. In Chapter 1, a lot of vocabulary is introduced. We have about 60 terms for this class, but we have divided them up so that 20 terms per week you will be assigned to have to write out the definitions for. This way you definitely get a good library or collection of those definitions. Now, some suggested apps this week. You actually will need Type-on PDF. I believe you probably downloaded that on your iPad already for a former class in Design Foundation, so you'll utilize that again. Now, for the assignment of creating your mood board, you can use one of these other two apps. There is Lightroom Mood Board, I think, or Mood Board Lite, something like that. It looks like this if you look it up in the App Store. I believe it's Mood Board Lite. Refer to My Course Connection. It will have the names of each of these. And it's good. Personally, I prefer the last app on your right. That is Pic Collage. And it allows you to pull together, and it's almost like a bulletin board of being able to pin pictures up there. You can crop them down. You can cut them out. You can add type and words and text and little labels and all kinds of stuff to your inspiration board. All right, just as a reminder, to get your attendance, please make sure that you have viewed this live lecture, the recorded version, since so far nobody's been able to make it to it this afternoon. But make sure you see that by Tuesday night. We check at what time you do log on and watch that. then you get your attendance for your satisfactory, student satisfactory something, academic performance. That's it. On there. As well as your forum discussion. You do need to take part in that by Friday. We'll have that posted up too. It did just come to my attention right before I logged into the classroom here that all the kinks and issues should now be worked out on My Course Connection. If you weren't aware, we were having problems with that before. All right, just to touch base on the assignments this week, these are due by Saturday. How clothing is made, that's a video to watch from My Course Connection, and then a worksheet associated with it. Your questions or terms from Chapter 1. Those will be listed, the first 20 vocabulary terms. There is an assignment called Who Produced This Shirt? You'll have to log on to get all the particulars of that. A designer challenge activity. This one's actually kind of fun. You will have a handful of different designers. If you're not familiar with them, you'd want to look up some of their designs online. You would be given a type of fabric, and within those parameters, you design something in that style of one of the designers you pick, using that fabric as your source and as for the garment. It's really a fun activity. I love to see what the students come up with. A trend forecasting activity. You will have a little book on My Course Connection you go through, and it'll talk about the different trend forecasting sites. You click on those, it'll take you to them, and you'll explore those. And right now, they're set up really with the latest information for fall 2014, which is just around the corner. So you'll be doing a summary of that. And once you have done that, it will really help you put together your mood board later in the week. You will have a target market activity, filling out your information on who this customer you have in mind that you're going to design for, and the customer profile as well. You'll be filling out one of those. I think you did one very similar to it in Design Foundations. You'll do it again. It's a good approach because as a designer, if you want to be successful, you've always got to keep that target customer in mind. And then your mood board activity. You'll get an overview on My Course Connection of what the tech pack is. The mood board being one of the very first things that needs to come together so that you can come up with the designs that get put into your tech pack. Throughout the course, though, the tech pack is different sections of it are discussed in depth, what that information is, where do you go get that information, how do you come up with it, how is it compiled, why is it compiled on the pages it's compiled on, and things like that. So that by the time you are done with this class, once you've done all those activities in the next 3 weeks, the next 2 weeks after this one, you will have put together a tech pack. It will focus on one garment out of a small line that you create of 7 different looks. So keep that in mind. It'll be more defined from My Course Connection. And then here, our last slide gives you some examples of some of the mood boards. You can see on the one on the bottom right, a wonderful rich variety of colors are pulled together, some fun sort of prints, and then some feelings of the type of garments that might be used there. The other ones you can see have different themes kind of going on. Again, your colors can come through in the imagery you use. A sense or a feeling that might be displayed in the imagery as well is very key in creating that. You do need to keep that in mind. You want to set that mood and attitude for the person or people that you are presenting your line to. Usually they're the ones that hold the purse strings and allow you to have the money to be able to put your line together. So you've got to sell it before you even have it to sell. That's what your mood board is for. So, you know, it's going to be kind of a quick, short lecture this week. I don't really have anybody here that's got any questions. If you do have questions, please, by all means, email me right away. I will be happy to answer those as quickly as I can. Now, back to the My Course Connection deal. Like I said, I just got my email right before I logged on here that all issues should have been worked out now. We do need probably this evening to make sure we have got all the most updated assignments on there, as well as all images or examples and things per each of the assignments uploaded as well. But if you are ready to get going this evening on anything, I would say get your sewing book out, read chapter 1, and start with your terms. I do know that that link on My Course Connection is up and running and has the most current information. Concentrate on 20 of those. I think they're listed on that for your terms of that week. And you can do that in type on PDF, or you could also do that on a Word document if you needed to, and I think that's an uploadable assignment on there too. I'm pretty sure that's it. If you haven't been on My Course Connection, it has changed just slightly as far as just the looks of it. The buttons, the icons look a little bit different, but you just read through clearly, slowly, so that you make sure you have attended and clicked on all the links to check them out, and you should be in good shape. All right. Thank you all very much. Have a great evening.